Last point.
Right. Welcome everybody to Skep Talk Live, episode number 71. I'm your host, Udo, and today we're going to find out what it's like when you ask for a 911 at your local coffee shop, but accidentally say 911.
My fucking banner.
Eisenhorn, there you are. Welcome to the show. Eisenhorn says Tom with 2 exclamation marks.
Hi.
Yep, tonight's panel is Tom. Tom, are you excited to be here tonight? With
yeah,
with
I have
this
so much fun doing this.
fucking picture right here. We've got a special going on tonight. If you have a green screen, not a green screen, if you have a camera and decent audio where you're sitting, if you're interested, we're willing to bring some people on for a couple of stories tonight, so we can have a little bit of a bigger cast and crew. We may get joined. That would be so fucking funny if I just green screened a picture of your own bed behind you.
Oh my god. We actually should do that at some point to fuck with Arlo. If he's like, Tom, make your bed, and I'm just like,
yeah, exactly. You just scream. Journey Bader says he doesn't have a green screen, but he's free. I am totally down. Journey, we're gonna add you to this call.
hell yeah.
All right, let me go to the technical difficulty screen here real quick.
Means I can eat a little more.
Exactly. All right, let me get the 2 guest picture up, and I'm gonna add him to the call here. And he is under, I think I've got him, yep. Here we go. All right, the call has been made. I'm adjusting all of the names on the layout. It's frame 2.
Who's that son bitch?
Hey, duders.
Hey, you made
Yup.
it. Excellent.
I'm actually going to leave the call here in just a second and have you call me on my other machine. That way you can have video of me.
That sounds good.
Yep.
That would be better than the other way.
Right.
All right. All right.
Yeah, you can kind of get away with no audio. It's hard to get away with no video.
Yeah. We did it all right last with Shayna. Shayna did fine.
Yeah, that's what I meant. She was great with no audio.
Exactly.
It was funny as
Dreadwolf
hell.
TTV, how's it going? Welcome to the show. And for those of you who are taking a look, or who may not know or whatever, I got a special little icon next to my name there in the chat. I'm going to TwitchCon. Got my TwitchCon tickets. Yeah. I'm gonna be headed down to San Jose in October. It's gonna be cool as hell.
Nerd prom.
Right? I think I've got a lead on a B&B, or an Airbnb, right? That is above a music hall. And they were saying that it's totally cool to have parties there. So, Skep Talk live party at TwitchCon could be pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
all right. If you want to shoot me another invite here in just a second, I think I'm going to switch over to the other machine.
All right. Leave the call, and we'll do it right now.
Yep.
I totally thought he left the call earlier. I was just waiting for him to be all like, okay, well, I'm in the other call. The ring-a-ding has gone through. All right, we've got him. We've got video there. And
yeah.
Everybody's lined up, it looks like. Let me get his camera a little bit better centered. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Okay, let's fade. There we go. I've got Tim and
Audio.
Future Dr. Tom listed here. Everything good to go. I'm very excited about the phrase Future Dr. Tom. I think that works out really well.
1 month and 11 days.
And
then I am free.
Eisenhorn says Tim! !
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. So remember, everybody, this is a fair use talk show. Everything we're going to be talking about today is news, and you can't bogart the news. We get the ability to criticize your telling of the news, parody your telling of the news, and report for ourselves. So, what was that, Tim?
Didn't say anything.
Oh,
Probably bumped my mic against my shoulder because I'm retarded.
Yeah, that's fine. It happens every once in a while. If you'd like to help out the show but don't want to donate or subscribe or whatever, you can hit this link right here. That'll format a tweet, and you can tell everybody what you're doing, and it'll spread the show to other people, and like a disease, will slowly take over the internet. Remember, we've just added subscriber badges. So if you're a subscriber, you'll get different badges based on how long you've been subscribing. Green are new to less than 3 months. 3 months to less than 6 months is blue. 6 months or above is purple. And there is a special one I've got saved for when we get somebody near a year. So we're getting there. But all right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I never even asked.
Slowly but surely.
Tim, how are you doing today? Because you just came on.
Oh, can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Just got off of work recently. And now I'm just chilling.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, no
Doing
better
the shit.
no better time than to talk about weird stuff on the internet than when you're just chilling.
Yeah, totally. Why not?
Eisenhorn's girlfriend
Day ever.
bought him an Afterworlds shirt.
Nice.
Grats, bro. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, works for me. I take a cut. I take a cut from every one of those shirts. So.
Dude, fuck yeah.
All right. Let's get into the
Right.
news. Oh, I don't have that piping to you guys. Let me just.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not getting audio.
Let me pause
That would be
here.
ideal.
There we go.
Yep. Yep.
There we go.
Excellent. Turns out that if you click anywhere else other than the slideshow during the time it's playing a video, it totally pauses it at you.
Oh, that's handy.
Ginger Ninja 2004 says beards, am I right? And you are correct. Mama Jewel Rose, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world, one follow at a time. Let's get into some news for our new follower, and welcome to the show, Ginger Ninja. Our first thing I've got here is I decided to do something I hadn't done before. So
Ninja.
here are some of the headlines from some of the news I went through today that didn't make it into the show.
Oh god.
Ginger Ninja 2004, welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world,
Hell
one
yeah.
follow at a time. But so here's the stuff that didn't make it, and I can explain a little bit on why they didn't make it. But to first off, meanwhile in Australia, a teacher is charged with sexual assault. His name, Dick Grabsky.
Holy! How did they not make it?
Well, it was really.
Oh, we can't say the word.
Yeah. That.
The bad man word.
Well, this is just his name. It turns out it's a story a little bit about pedophilia, and I try to cover less of those stories if we can.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
It just becomes a little bit of a downer. Also, spaghetti stealing bear breaks up lunch, alters Israeli girl's career plans.
Are you sure these aren't Cards Against Humanity cards?
It sounds like it, right? But this story was actually about a group of Israeli tourists visiting Canada, and yes, a bear stole spaghetti from them, and then the daughter is now interested in bears instead of right.
Nature's ultimate spaghetti stealing
Wow.
machine.
Exactly. The next one, Google says it will stop Android phones from suggesting my face when users type sit on.
Boo! It's a
All right.
funny song.
Well, when you type in sit on, it tries to auto finish to my face now. The reason this didn't make it was because that's pretty much all it was. There was a
If I had a
Go ahead. Oh, sounds like the
if I
internet.
had 6 and 10.
Oh shit! Did we lose Tim?
Yeah, it sounds like the internet came to get you.
Well, no, not the editor bots.
All right, you're sounding good now.
Okay,
Wait, what were you saying?
interesting.
We heard.
I was gonna say, if I had a child who was like between like 6 and 14,
Mhm.
I wouldn't want them to like how to sit on a couch or whatever, and have it finish with my face and have them go sit on my face. What's that mean? Type it in.
Right, exactly. No,
Yeah.
the really funny tweet that was in that story was a guy was texting his babysitter, right? And he's all like, "Hey, are you okay to sit on Saturday?" Right? But it was trying to autocorrect to, "Hey, are you okay to sit on my face?" So
Ball.
yeah,
That's amazing.
becomes highly inappropriate.
Yeah, unintentional sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And finally, one that didn't make it that I thought was worthy of talking about was butter sculpting underway 1 week before State Fair. So apparently, butter sculpting is really a thing, and it's exactly what you think about.
Oh, yeah,
and there was no surprises.
Yeah, no. Bill Engvall actually does a comedy sketch where he talks about 6 foot tall statue of Garth Brooks carved out of butter, because that's just what they do.
Yeah. I mean, there was no surprises in that story. That's just exactly the way it was.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, here is the first story we're actually going to cover. Are you guys aware with what's going on with Alex Jones?
I've heard a bunch of it, but no, I don't know. I don't think I've heard all of it.
Well, he's finally been banned from the internet. He was recently just banned from YouTube. He was banned from then afterwards pretty much everything. Apple, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. So far not Twitter, right? But quite a few things have banned him. And most recently, YouPorn has banned Alex Jones from streaming on their site.
What was he doing his show on YouPorn?
Well, the people were mirroring it there, and yes, I don't think he was necessarily doing it himself, but
Okay, I was gonna say,
yeah, just
was he masturbating on camera on YouPorn?
no. But people take advantage of the lax copyright policy on various porn sites to upload non-pornographic content. So they were putting spoof videos of Jones up there, right? So, right, it's easy to dismiss YouPorn's ban as a publicity grab, but it underscores the fact that Twitter's lack of action is increasingly more notable. Even though last December it said it would take harder stances on hate speech, Alex Jones' verified Twitter profile with 838,000 followers is still up. So, not really going to comment on whether or not, they Eisenhorn says, why would they ban him? Well, it's because of, there's two different schools of thought of that. One, the hate engine has finally claimed a big victim, right? There's the thought that outrage culture has brought down the ability for a crazy man to scream whatever he wants on the internet. Or two, YouTube has finally just decided to flex to see if it could shake off undesirables. Or three, he's actually done something way worse than we know, and it's finally time for him to go, right? There's all sorts of reasons that this could be up here.
It could also be like a straw that broke the camel's back kind of thing. He's done a lot of pretty far out stunts over the years.
Right. Some of the things that they mentioned of why they banned him were the, Sandy Hook crisis actor comments.
Yeah.
Things like that. So lots of things going on.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Right. But I'm not really going to comment it. The funny part that we're covering is that even YouPorn doesn't consider Alex Jones to be work safe. All right. The CDC's STD division had to put out a tweet last week that will absolutely crush your faith in humanity. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you are.
Well, my faith in humanity has already been crushed, so I think, yeah.
The tweet states, "We say it because people do it. Don't wash or reuse condoms. Use a fresh one for each sex act."
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Like,
Gotta save that 58 cents.
I mean, you can get them like shitty ones, but like, you can get them for free like everywhere.
Yeah, but you gotta save, bro. You save the environment. That's plastic.
Some of the comments in this thread are obviously going to be pretty funny. So, like, 75 degrees here, and Breezy says, "Just turn them inside out."
Right? It's like underwear.
Illy Boshin says, "I just suck everything out of them." I don't know if we
That's
necessarily
awkward.
needed that noise.
Yeah, you did. I'm a doctor.
I think I do know whether or not we needed that noise, and the answer is an emphatic no.
Right.
Oh my god.
But yeah, hold on, babe. Let me just grab one off the clothesline. And then, as you can see, most
You gotta let him air dry.
right, exactly. Well, what the hell am I supposed to do with these condoms in the dishwasher now? All right.
Latex condoms now 100% dishwasher safe.
Oh god.
Judging by the the regalia here, can you guys guess what country this next story is about?
I'm guessing this is Russia?
Okay. What do you think, Tom?
No,
Russia.
not Russia.
Italy, but that's not the Pope. On the other hand, there are other church officials that have a lot of swag.
Right.
Ooh, Greek Orthodox is a good
That looks
guess.
like halfway between Russia and
Right.
I'll take
Yeah.
Greek Orthodox.
It is
like almost,
Well, go ahead.
yeah, like Byzantine-ish area.
Well, it is Russia. Oops, sorry about
Sorry,
that.
I was saying the Byzantine-ish area.
Right.
Oh, all right.
So it is
did like-
Russia. So this story, Russia's athletes and military personnel are increasingly turning to ancient pagan beliefs. The head of the Russian Orthodox Church has warned. Iris Dragonslayer, welcome to the show.
That's a relief.
Do you guys want to hear a really shitty joke? I promise it's related. A really shitty joke that I thought of at one point when I was high on Vicodin after getting my wisdom teeth taken out.
Okay.
Well, fuck. I didn't get enough sleep and I worked too long today. My words suck right now. What would you call an Eastern European religion obsessed with prostitutes?
I don't know.
Russian Orthodox.
All right. Gotcha. That is a bad joke.
Wow.
I was stoned out of my mind on Vicodin and rattled out like 15 abysmal puns at Joy Marie while I was half asleep.
How did she not kill you?
Right?
I made her write them down.
Irish Dragon Slayer, what's Russia? This next story is about Russia. This is the Orthodox Church of Russia saying that its athletes and its military personnel are apparently turning to ancient pagan beliefs. The Russian military, with specially trained priests, which is hilarious, that are attached to the units. The patriarch's words are what? Go ahead. Tim?
Nothing. Sorry.
Okay.
Apparently, I've got a bit of a delay. I'm going to go to where I have a better connection.
All right.
Okay.
So the apparently
Come, everybody. Let us go on a trip.
Irish Dragon Slayers, as I have a very good Russian friend, I am triggered by that joke. Irish Dragon Slayer, welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world, one follow at a time.
I love that statement. Immediately leads into the follow.
Right, exactly. I mean, it works out perfectly. So Ginger Ninja says, Boris, hat too high. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. England is not as exciting as this. I'm wondering if they're having a different conversation than we are. All right. Well, that follow notification is amazing. I tried really hard on those on the notifications.
They're so good.
Wait till you see the host one. That's the best. All right, so
yes, I was gonna say, get somebody to rate us if you want a really fucking good time.
Right, exactly. So the patriarch said that the defenders of the fatherland, especially those who participate in dangerous military operations, need spiritual support, and were warned that nothing good will come of the fact that sorry, the word fetus deletus got me. Ginger Ninja's making the whole show for me. All right, so random question for the two of you. We'll start with Tim. So if you have an old wooden boat and slowly over the years you replace pieces of wood until every piece has been replaced, is it a new boat or is it the same boat?
I'm going to go with, this is actually a question I've been asked before, and I put a lot of thought into it. I'm going to go with it's the same boat, because the individual pieces of wood aren't what makes the boat. It's the actual full construction.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, if you, along the same lines, if you build a house, and over the years you completely replace every piece, it's still that house.
Yep.
Yeah, the design and the pattern remain the same.
So, Tom, you say it's still the same boat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Though partly because, for me, part of it is that, like, I don't know, there's the whole thing of, and I don't actually know how true it is, but the thing of that all of your cells over the course of 7 years will die and be replaced by new cells. I'm approaching 30. I am 4 iterations different than when I was born, and yet I'm still me.
Right. Well, it's an interesting thought, right, on whether or not it is a new boat or the same boat, because technically the old boat is all completely gone. It's sitting in a pile, uncompleted. This boat that you're still, floating around on, the same as you would on all the other boats, is a brand new boat. Eisenhorn says it's a new boat and still ugly.
I have a complication.
Okay.
For the question. What if you save all of those old pieces and then build the boat again?
I'll just skip three stories ahead here, and we'll answer that question. What if you took all of the old pieces of wood from the boat in the last question and built a boat again? Is that a new boat or the old boat?
So to get far too deep on this for you,
okay.
If you ultimately look at it, every boat has to have a name and a registration number. So if you slowly over time replace all of the pieces of a boat, it still has the same name and it still has the same registration number. If you take all the old pieces and build another boat with them, you would be required to get a new registration number and a new name that hasn't been used before.
Yeah. And you have undergone the process of fabricating a whole boat out of the set of pieces that make up a boat, which is the act of building a boat. So you have built a second new boat.
In that case, would it be a quantum boat?
Yes.
Where it is both the old boat yet a new boat.
I'm going to say yes, purely because I want it to be so.
Because it's funny.
All right. Well, we'll go back to those 3 stories I skipped here.
So I wanted
your next fireside chat.
It's fine.
I wanted to throw something out really quick. Tom said that he's. Did you say that you are approaching 30, Tom?
Yes.
So I can't remember exactly what day it is of your 30th year, but you should look it up because this is something you will definitely want to celebrate. During your 30th year of life, you will celebrate your 1 billionth second of being alive.
Ah,
neat. It's an interesting piece of information.
I missed mine because I didn't know about it then, but you should definitely celebrate your 1 billionth second.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Make a big day of it.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, this next story is about donkeys on the Greek island of Santorini.
That poor donkey.
They are being badly injured by being forced to carry overweight tourists, according to animal charities. The locals, yeah. The locals have even had to start breeding donkeys with stronger mules so that they're capable of carrying the heavy holiday makers. In the busy holiday season between May and October, up to 5 cruise ships a day can bring over 1,200 tourists to the picturesque island. Known for its hills and steep paths, donkeys are a feature of Santorini by helping transport people to areas that vehicles can't reach. Donkeys that get crippled because tourists are... Oh, whoops. Messed that one up. That stupid pixel. I apologize. There's just a single pixel. And if I roll my mouse over it, it flips the stupid page. Where'd we go? Yeah, however, with the obesity on the rise, animal rights activists are claiming that the animals are being forced to carry heavier loads than ever, on top of already working 7 days a week without shelter, rest, or water. This leaves them with spinal injuries and wounds from ill-fitting saddles. The animal charities have also said that locals have had their crossbreeds crossbreed their donkeys, which are bigger and stronger. It's recommended that animals should only carry no more than 20% of their own body weight. The obese and overweight tourists, combined with the lack of shade and water, as well as the sheer heat and 568 cobbled steps that they're forced to travel, is what causes the problem, right? So, the moral of this story here is that if you are going to go someplace, don't make a donkey carry you. Like, this lady could really use those 568 steps. Iris Dragon says, as an overweight teen, I will not ride a donkey because I'm respectful and I don't want to break their back. Right? I mean, I am an overweight, 30-year-old. I'm not going to make a donkey carry me either. I would feel so fucking bad the whole time. Right? I'd be sitting on the back just feeling miserable about myself. Like, God, what am I doing to this donkey?
Yeah, if you weigh 220 pounds or more, get off the donkey and walk. You need the exercise.
Right.
Yes, I'm just under 220 again. Woo!
Tom gets to ride the donkey.
Yes.
Tom's pretty much the only one that gets to ride the donkey.
In most of America, yes.
Because I'll admit it, I'm 230.
Right? Yeah, mostly I wanted to show off this picture because
it's funny as
poor goddamn donkey there.
Because there's a donkey carrying a donkey.
Right. All right, so...
Or, I guess more importantly, there's more appropriately, there's a donkey carrying an ass.
Right. Exactly. There's an ass carrying a fat.
Yeah.
All right, so this next story here is a story that happened recently that is a warning to everyone that is looking to get into the ice cream business. In Newark, summer heat and 4 coolers full of dry ice have combined with a rare but lethal effect on Friday, accidentally killing a 77-year-old Lakewood woman.
Yep.
She... Okay, I have to ask.
Yep.
Before I say anything else, did she die from carbon dioxide poisoning?
Totally did.
That's astounding because my understanding is that the human suffocation response of the gotta breathe is, I think it's carbonic acid.
Right.
No. Oh, god damn it, I forget. My biology is abysmal. But anyway, it's the buildup of the CO2 formed in your blood. And it's your CO2 blood levels that make you like hyperventilate and need to breathe more. That's why like oxygen deprivation doesn't actually hurt. You just kind of conk out.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that would be fucking awful.
The Pierce County medical examiners described the cause of death as asphyxiation due to displacement of oxygen by carbon dioxide. Investigators suspect that the dry ice in the car was the cause. And here's the part about this story that I was all like, wait, what? So the incident started with a medical call from a distraught University Place man, 51, who found his wife, also 51, and his mother passed out in his car. The man, who runs an ice cream delivery business that uses dry ice, said his mother had been visiting Thursday evening, and his wife agreed to drive her home at about 11 p.m. The man rose at 4 a.m. to go to work and realized his wife had not yet returned. He found the car parked a few blocks away, and the man's wife and mother were prone inside and appeared unconscious. The man broke the rear driver's side window with a rock, opened the car, pulled out his wife, and then called 911. You notice something he forgot there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. I noticed something that he conveniently forgot.
Right, exactly. I noticed something he fucking straight left there.
Yep. The key's in the ignition.
Yeah.
Emergency medical technicians from West Pierce Fire and Rescue arrived, transported the man and his wife to St. Joseph's Medical Center in Tacoma. They tried to revive the man's mother without success. She was then pronounced dead at the scene. The 51-year-old woman was in critical condition on Friday. Sheriff deputies responded, spoke to the man at the hospital. He explained that he had stored the dry ice in the backseat of the car. He had 4 coolers of dry ice because he delivered Dippin' Dots to various locations, and he got a new car, and the newer car had better sealing than anything he'd used before.
I think this was an really elaborate murder plot.
Exactly. He straight killed that old woman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he pulled his wife, let me just tape up this window again really quick, and let me see if I can't find a hose to run from the exhaust pipe back into the car.
Well, I can't seem to get that to work. I'll just fill the back with dry ice.
Right, exactly.
But no, it's probably they got into the car and it was already almost entirely carbon dioxide in the car. Then they shut the door.
Yeah.
Little bit of oxygen got in because of the opening and closing of the door. They got far enough away with that little amount of oxygen and just passed fuck out.
Yeah.
But that did mean that his wife was capable of surviving without oxygen for 5 hours. She a badass.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, actually, given the CO2 content of the car, so to defend the man and forgetting, maybe he like cracked open the door and was like kind of like panicking and breathing hard because he was fucking panicking and went and like immediately just ate a huge lungful of like almost pure CO2
and just forgot that his mom exists.
Yeah.
Well, was it his mom or her mom?
His mom.
Hypoxia is a hell of a drug.
Right, exactly. Panic is a wicked drug.
Yeah, that too.
Right. All right. So our next story here is about a little feller who was just cold. A woman got the fright of her life when she woke to find that she was sharing her bed with a 3-foot-long snake.
Damn, her husband's well hung.
Yeah.
Right. The royal python, which is the royal python, who is thought to be an escaped pet, had curled up next to her while she slept in her flat in Kensington in West London on Monday. The woman rushed out of her room and called the RSPCA, but the snake slithered a war before they arrived. The harmless reptile was finally captured in the flat on Tuesday by Officer Jill Sanders. She said that the poor resident must have had the fright of her life waking up in bed with a giant snake. The RSPCA said that it did not know how it got to the flat, but believes it belonged to somebody nearby. I think that this is just one snaky boy who is finding something a little bit warm to sleep next to, you know?
Yeah, he's a little cuddle tube.
Exactly. Apparently this type of snake
totally
isn't dangerous. Unless you're like a shitty bird or something. Then you're fucked.
That would scare the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan of waking up with snakes in the bed?
Yeah, no, can't say I
No.
am.
I will say that'd be pretty horrifying.
If I went to bed with a snake in the bed, like if I knew it was there upon going to sleep, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But waking up with just random snake all of a sudden, hey, I'm here now. No,
Yeah,
dead
fuck
snake.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Irish Dragon Slayer says, "Can I send a video link for you three to watch?" I mean, yeah, feel free to post it. I'll have
We'll get us banned from Twitch.
I'll have Tim or Tom take a look at it first, and then
Yeah. I'll crack that bad boy open.
Excellent. All right, so we already covered this one.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. We'll move into the next story. So if this story is about a restaurant that closed that I am very, very sad that I was not able to get reservations for before it closed. Can you guys guess what they were serving?
I'm gonna go with dog.
All right. What do you think, Tom?
I have two picks.
All right.
People, somehow.
Right.
Or bologna rolled up with cheese.
Well, the first one was right. So police have arrested 11 people and closed down a restaurant after 2 human heads wrapped in cellophane were discovered at a hotel restaurant that had been serving human flesh. A tip-off led the police to the macabre discovery in Ambria, Nigeria, with 11 people being arrested and an AK-47 and other guns being seized. Human flesh was apparently being sold as an expensive treat in the restaurant, with authorities saying that roasted human head was even on the menu.
What the fuck?
Wow, didn't even try and hide it. That's awesome. And when I say awesome, I mean
exactly. A pastor who had visited the eatery said, "I went to the hotel earlier this year. After eating, I was told that a lump of meat was being sold at Nigerian 700, and I was surprised. I didn't know that it was human meat that I ate at such an expensive price. What is this country turning into? Can you imagine people selling human flesh as meat?" he added. "Seriously, I'm beginning to fear for people in this part of the world." Another local added to the story saying, "I always noticed funny movements in and out of the hotel. Dirty people with dirty characters always coming in and out of the hotel." So I wasn't surprised when the police made the discovery in the early hours of yesterday.
Yeah, turns out the AK-47 was a hunting rifle.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
The tabloid also reported that 2 army caps, 40 rounds of live ammunition, and so many cell phones, specifically in quotes, so many cell phones, were discovered by authorities.
It's a very, very fucking scientific count.
That AK-47 was a hunting rifle.
Exactly. I mean,
the most dangerous game.
Exactly. I mean, I'm totally into. I would love to have been able to give this place a Yelp review. You know.
Right. Turns out, yeah, Yelp review just says Steve was delicious.
Man, Bear Pig, welcome to the show. He says, "Yup, and the cell for the phones are trophies, right?"
The Satan pig.
Right. Free cell phone with every fucking $200 you spend or something.
Irish Dragon Slayer says, "How to rob a shop that will totally not attract attention." Excellent. So, Indianapolis, Indiana. An Indianapolis pet saved a family's bacon during an unusual home break-in on Indiana's east side this weekend. Police say that the crime may have been thwarted by the family's pet pig. The would-be thieves smashed their way into the home through the back door.
Good pig.
Right? They completely damaged the door, and the entire door was ruined, said the homeowner. The homeowner asked not to be identified, but with the single mom of 4 kids, says that the family wasn't home at the time of the break-in. It's scary to think that if my kids had been there, what would have... and I would have been home. It's definitely terrifying, and you don't want anything like that to happen. but because the would-be thieves didn't actually steal anything, police suggested that the criminals may have been scared away by the family's pet pig Dumpling. For those of you who are wondering, the picture here is not actually Dumpling.
Yes, it is. Don't lie.
There was no picture involved along with this article, so I typed in "angry pig" on on Google, and this was the 10th picture in, and I was like, I can't pass this up. I absolutely need to use this picture.
That fucking abomination.
Dumpling's owner says that she saved the full-grown swine from a rescue earlier this year. The moment I saw him, I knew he loved me instantly. He's the perfect animal, said the homeowner. Unfortunately, home break-ins are nothing new in the neighborhood, and near Michigan and Sherman. Dumpling's family bought the East Side home just a couple of weeks ago. Including the break-in at Dumpling's home, a search of police reports show that there were 3 homes burglaries in the same day, separated by just 2 blocks.
Damn.
Dumpling's owner is relieved that the pig didn't get hurt during the crime, and says that she wishes more people would adopt pet pigs, even if they wouldn't always keep the bad guys away. But I'm pretty sure that they will.
Pigs are kind of fucking cute. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like...
Well, I remember the stories about Udo's pet pig when he was young, and yeah,
Right.
they'll keep bad guys away.
Exactly.
Oh god, that thing.
Right, exactly. Would you rather wake up with this pig in your bed or a 3-foot snake in your bed?
Snake.
What do you think, Tom? Pig Thulu or a danger noodle?
I'm gonna be contrarian and say Cthulhu pig, just to spite him.
Excellent. I bet he gives excellent
Definitely the danger
snuggles.
noodle.
Hey, to each his own, man.
Exactly. Well, except for the fact that Hitler was a person, so...
Excellent, filthy, nasty snuggles.
What was it?
All right,
That's the question.
so I got a story here. I was only able to find a video on it. There wasn't, I mean, like, all of the rest of everything I found was just a transcript of this video. So we're gonna watch a video of a local news thing, and we'll discuss it after we see a little bit of it.
A smelly, foamy substance bubbled up from the ground last night in Melvindale. It was enough to close down part of Schaefer for a few hours last night, so you decided
That's
to
a
check it out
lot
today.
of fucking apparently bubbly, foamy, smelly nonsense.
Is it toxic? Is it natural? And if no one knows what this is, how long till we find out?
It oozed.
Look at that stuff.
It smelled. It forced police and fire to shut down part of
He
Schaefer and
gives a
Melvindale
quote
for
here in a
couple of
second
hours.
that I'm
Anything beyond that is unconfirmed.
going to refute a little
Police
bit.
aren't sure if the same thing happened a week ago. They're pretty sure it's not from a nearby factory. So, what is it? Is it leftover foam used to fight a recent nearby fire? Is it a natural mold feeding on decaying tree stumps? Is it brought on by the heavy rain? Could it be the Jolly Green Giant spilled his oatmeal?
That's not oatmeal, sir.
No. Turns out oatmeal is foam.
Right. If
I could think of some other things that are foamy.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking. It's a little bit too much, right?
Also, my video feed currently looking like YouTube, but not responding to clicking is driving me fucking insane.
You're trying to go back and forth and look at stuff.
So after visiting City Hall, the police department, and 3 firehouses, which includes members of the hazmat team, we're back where we started. However, we do know the Department of Environmental Quality is testing this substance just to make sure it isn't hazardous. If it is
Yet there they show
hazardous,
just a bunch of
next step
people
will be
walking
to
around it
pinpoint where
without
it's
any
coming from
protective gear on.
and how it
They're like,
got
we don't
there.
know what the fuck this shit is.
Now, I
Let's
did
just
speak to the DEQ just a little while
have
ago. It
old
hasn't
Steve go look
identified
at it with a
substance yet
flashlight.
or the source,
Right.
And there is no time frame to do so.
And
Thus, a new superhero was born.
and old Steve
I
was
find
only 2 days away from retirement.
Right. I find it very interesting that they don't explain the smell.
Right?
Apparently, it's smelly. It's got a strong odor, but they don't explain that smell. That I find that very suspect.
What if it had a strong odor of fucking like strawberries, right? Like that wouldn't be a bad thing, but it still could be described as smelly or strong odor, right?
The strawberry sludge is back.
Right.
Yay!
But like upon first seeing that, like seeing it, the first image, I immediately thought, run out from like a septic tank or something like that. Like that's sewage.
Were you there? Were you ever around when we had the weird nightmare stuff bubbling up outside of the old party house?
No, I don't think I was.
So a long time ago, back in the party house, which was we rented a 3-bedroom apartment and 5 of us lived there. One of us had the dining room that was separated. Exactly. Separated by sheets that were hung from the ceiling. And one person lived on a mattress in the front room that got flipped up so we could party, right? I
hope they paid like literally no rent.
Yeah, nothing. It was $625 between the 5 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We would eat.
It was a terrible apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was so bad.
Yeah, it was very bad, but it was a very nice place to have parties. We one day, just all of a sudden, the ground made a strange noise, and then this weird, just like it looked like the stuff from fucking Ghostbusters, right? Like started coming up from the ground outside of our house. Come to find out, the soil underneath our house was toxic or something like that, and it caused a bunch of problems. And like we had like essentially a nightmare geyser in the front yard. And
no, actually, I think I do remember that. I think I showed up for the aftermath of that.
It was like off gray, and it looked like it was it had dryer lint mixed into yeah. It was like dryer lint mixed in with like canola oil.
Oh,
it was very strange. All right, on to our next fireside chat. Are you still thinking about the picture of the pig from 2 stories ago?
Yes,
of nightmare geysers.
I am. Not only am I thinking of the pig, but I'm specifically thinking of that pig spooning with Tom.
The Tom Snuggle Pig.
You shouldn't tell people about your slash fiction stories before they're done.
I know. I need to finish that up. All right. So, sorry about that, guys. I new microphone. Keep punching it because my hands are not used to it yet. So, right. San Francisco's airport has a vending machine that dispenses full vests.
Huh.
So each one of those little boxes right there is a vest. An ultralight down vest, right? And people on Twitter have been poking fun at it all week, but a representative for the airport says that the machine's sales are no joke. The Uniqlo Uniqlo branded vending machine earns about $10,000 a month on average.
I believe it.
Wow.
According
San Francisco is surprisingly cold.
Well, yeah. At nearly $50 a pop. Whoa, we're gonna get into those soon. Don't you worry.
Buy a vest for your sex robot.
Exactly. At nearly $50 a pop, it means that the vending machine sells about 200 vests a month. It's one of the highest earning vending machines that it's leasing Tenant, a third-party company that also sells electronics and other consumer goods out of vending machines, operates at that airport, according to Yakel. It's unclear whether or not or what at San Francisco and Uniqlo take, or SFO, right? What the station takes. This is the first time we've had clothing available for sale from a vending machine, which we thought was very unique. The Japanese retailer Uniqlo started selling clothes out of vending machines at airports across malls last year. So it turns out that this is apparently purchased most by venture capitalists. Like when they get there, like everybody's all like, "Oh, well, I have to get a vest," obviously.
So it's got.
Well, yeah,
Sam's
I'm in San Francisco. I have to wear the uniform.
Oh my god.
So entrepreneurs are just snapping up these vests every time that they roll by. They're all like, $50? Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
This vest is going to serve me well on my San Francisco trip.
God damn it.
I have to wonder how many people are buying that vest purely for the anecdote of I bought a vest from a vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I totally would. I 100% would buy one of these if I walked past it in San Francisco. I'd be like, "Oh, holy shit,
would.
I need a vest." And then I wear that vest, and then people will be all like, "Hey, nice vest." And I'd be all like, "I got it from a vending machine." All right.
And then I'd be like, I take it back.
Who's ready to lose some sleep?
Not again.
So,
Well, that's pretty much what I do every night, so let's do this.
I have found an article that had a bunch of shit about stuff I didn't care about. The most important thing is it had a tour of a sex robot factory. This just in, I.O. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world, one follow at a time. Impeach Donald Trump, I.O. says. Excellent. So
Well, we can talk about that.
exactly. So the tour of the sex robot factory, right? There are some. I found every image that I could reasonably take onto Twitch, and then made sure that I blurred everything for 100% safety, right? But here we go. So the thing about this one, there's specifically
That's definitely where those go.
yeah, the toe on the left foot of the right doll, right? Those toes bother me greatly.
Yeah.
Whoever it is that's in that
Well-
factory, please go back and correct those toes.
Well, it tells me the way those toes are shaped. That tells me that sex robot specifically has movable toes.
Yeah.
IO wants to know, what is Tim doing?
Tim was going outside and smoking a cigarette.
Ah.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Also, I think that there might be a skin tone mismatch somewhere going on here.
Yeah.
Everywhere here.
No,
Those fucking toes.
the
man.
one on the left just needs to get sanded down.
Also, it looks like there's just a ton of strange, weird powder everywhere.
Yeah.
Creepy.
I don't want to know what that is.
Grizzly
Well, that
asked, what up?
That actually makes
What
sense.
up,
That's
Grizzly?
probably a powder lining that lines the inside of their molds when they do the injection molding for the
That's-
different parts.
yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
That would make sense. All right. So the really disturbing part about this one. Oh, there we go. What's going on here? Grizzly 386.
Oh, 8
Thank you very much for that 8th month subscription. Fantastic. I appreciate the support very, very much. Thank you. The body's backwards, by the way, guys. Like, the head has to be screwed on, and this is mid-head screw on. So,
Right. I figured that.
But you
this
got to
is-
screw before you
Like
screw.
even through the pixelation, I can tell that's a butt.
Yeah, that's a booty.
right?
Ah!
Oh!
Right?
What the fuck?
I need to know, one, do they have to do, like, checks to make sure that those are lined up correctly? And two, why is she taking a picture with her phone?
Right?
Check this out. If you ever wanted to know what was inside a sex robot, this is it. This is
fine replica of the human skeleton.
exactly.
Wow.
This is the skeleton of a sex robot.
Wow. The fact that there is that much space above where the hips, quote unquote, go,
Right?
concerns me.
Grizzly says I should have blurred that one too. Right. Oh, there's technically nothing wrong with what we just saw. Technically. It's all just whether or not you can mentally wrap your head around it. Like this one.
That's some nice gold mylar right next to it.
Ah! What the fuck, dude?
That is a sex doll eyeball.
I can tell.
That's what it looks like.
I don't want to be able to tell.
Considering I've seen that done in real life with a real eyeball, that's fine.
Right.
So I would put money that at some point somebody working in that factory lined a bunch of them up where they're all cross-eyed as fuck.
Right.
Like make stupid ass poses with the sex dolls.
Grizzly says we're losing Tim. Yeah, he's outside, so his connection is not the strongest. So it'll be good though.
Yo,
It's not even the fact that I'm outside. My connection, even though, because I was outside standing right next to the router, which is ultimately the reason I went outside. My connection is just failing all over the place today.
oh,
All right, fireside question for everybody. Chat, feel free to weigh in. Would you stay overnight in a sex robot factory, Tom? Now that you've seen what they look like when they're half built.
if and only if I get to bring a shotgun with me in case they come alive.
What's that? Who's that actor? In the Night at the Museum.
Nicolas Cage?
No. Is that Museum? Is that Nicolas Cage?
No, Ben. I thought it was Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Ben
You're thinking
Stiller's
National
worst
Treasure.
movie ever, right?
Oh god.
Night at the Sex Robot
God.
Factory.
It's the low budget porn knockoff.
Speaking of low budget porn knockoffs, I was on Twitter today, and I saw a screenshot. Apparently, Brazzers has created a My Hero Academia porn, and I was both,
Googling.
Of course
I
they
was
have.
both interested and disturbed. So, are either of you guys familiar with WWF/E at all? Not like vastly familiar, but just know of it and have seen it before, like when you were younger.
No.
No. What about you, Tom? You ever watched a wrestling?
I regret everything about this Google search.
Sorry, I thought that was a full thing. Yes, I'm familiar enough with WWF.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't watch it a lot, but I'm familiar with it.
Are you familiar with who this guy is?
No.
Kane.
I figured that from
Yes,
the title. So why is it weird that Kane's in a suit?
Shut your mouth.
Who are you shutting the mouth on? Who, me?
Tom.
Tom? Oh.
That's future Dr. Tom to you, sir.
He's bringing logic into this. This is no place for logic.
Exactly. So Kane is the half brother of the very familiar Undertaker, right? Cultural Rogue says another wrestler politician. Correct.
Oh god.
So the WWE star who made his name playing as the monstrous abomination in the ring has been elected as mayor of a Tennessee county.
That's cool.
So the funny thing is the character
mayor of Tennessee County.
Yes.
Wait, counties can have mayors?
It may be a town called Knox County. but it's, I mean, like, he won a 2/3 vote in Knox County, beating Democrat Linda Haney. But it is another, just as Cultural Rogue said, another wrestler politician. So this guy, he's following in the footsteps of Jesse Ventura, right? He's a 51-year-old Republican that ran on issues like keeping taxes low, improved infrastructure, and transparency. The second WWE star to win public office in the U.S. following Jesse Ventura. Mr. Jacobs rose to fame in the mid-90s with a breakthrough character Kane, the masked half-brother of The Undertaker. But despite Kane being described as a monstrous abomination that seems to have been extracted directly from your childhood nightmares, Mr. Jacobs believes that his former career will be a help, not a hindrance. Everybody voted for him because it was Kane. Nobody voted for him because it was Jacobs, right? Any wrestler came to run in Oregon, I'm voting for him just for that. Just because I don't even care. I'm not a wrestling fan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hell yeah, I would vote for Hacksaw Jim Duggan. In a second. There's pictures of me wearing a Martian suit with him on his Twitter. It's fucking awesome.
I was
need to
there.
see these pictures at some point.
I can find it real quick.
Yes.
Let me, I think it's on my, like, personal Twitter, which I haven't actually checked in fucking, like, a year. And let me see. Wow. Apparently I created a Twitter account back when MySpace was a thing. My original Twitter links to my my MySpace, which is
Quiet, Udo, you're dating us.
Exactly. Hacksaw. Well, I mean,
I don't remember MySpace. I was too young.
Quiet, Tom, you're dating us.
well, I can't seem to find it right away, so I won't spend too much time doing it.
That's fair.
All right, our next story here is about sunflower selfie madness. So this is a story about taking some shit too far. Photographers hoping to snap the perfect shot in front of an eye-catching sunflower field in Hamilton, Ontario, are out of luck. The farm owners say that thanks to the crowd chaos, amateur photographers are no longer welcome this year and may never be again.
Yeah, they're probably damaging the flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume.
People be buttholes.
Right, exactly. The picturesque Boggle Seeds Farm on Safari Road has rows and rows of sunflowers bursting with color. Oh, Grizzly, thank you very much for those 100 bits. Get off my lawn, Grizzly says. Do 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 do.
The song is so good.
Exactly. The gigantic yellow field makes an attractive backdrop for amateur photographers, so much so that the farm was overcome with tourists vying for a photo over the weekend. Owner Barry Boggle said that the farm has welcomed visitors since 1969 when it first opened. But after a hectic weekend marked by traffic chaos, Boggle said that they've decided to close for the rest of the year. People were coming from every corner of our farm and just inundating our farm properties, so we had no control whatsoever. We're closed this year, and we don't have any plans opening ever again. According to the farm's website... Oh. Jesus was a lesbian. Welcome to the show. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Illuminati. Taking over the world one follow at a time.
That's such a good name.
That's a good one. But according to the farm's website, the Hamilton police had to step in to close the highway and manage the traffic. They had a flash mob, essentially, with only with cars, with over 7,000 cars on Highway 6, completely stopping it for 4 kilometers.
Holy shit.
Grizzly says, I almost got that one without cracking a smile. I almost did.
Also, I just want to say Barry Boggle is a fantastic name.
Right?
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Such a good name.
They were going in so deep, visitor Jill Groen said, there were quite a few sunflowers that got damaged and were broken and laying on the ground. Although the farm is now closed to photographers, Boggle said it's still open to people purchasing bird seed and other products.
Another follow?
Christian Bible burning, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. There's some good names
Also
there.
a solid name, yeah.
Exactly. I bet that totally pisses some people off.
Noobs.
Right, exactly. Private tutoring and test preparation in the U.S. has grown into a $7 billion industry and is continuing to grow with a slew of educational startups like Varsity Tutors, where students can pay for extra online help. Now, parents are shelling out for extracurricular lessons for the video game Fortnite.
Oh my god.
Paying online tutors to help their children perform to the best of their ability in the game's survivalist battle royale function. Fucking noobs.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Also,
And like
I want in.
Wait, do you want to tutor or be tutored?
Right?
I want to tutor people. I want to get paid
Yeah.
to tutor people to play Terraria or something like that, you know?
Like I've seen like game coaches in like StarCraft 2 and League and shit, and like what kills me that it's people buying their kids lessons. It's like, this will make you popular, Jimmy, when you crush all the bads, and it's just like, oh my god.
Well, this reminds me of people buying WoW accounts.
Yeah.
Right. Only this is like being trained how to level your WoW account.
Right.
Irish Dragon Slayer says, as a Catholic, I'm triggered. Not really. Also says, I like Fortnite, but this just went too far. But sign me up. Right? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting better. Oh, sorry.
One tutor, for example, calls himself Convertible. He has played games for professional esports teams in the US, Europe, and Korea, and says that he was a head coach for Samsung's Fortnite team. A typical session with me includes a self-analysis of one's own errors, an individual analysis of statistics, and a VOD review. He says this on his profile: I will provide you with the tips and tricks for improved mechanics and communication. While video games might not seem like the endeavor that parents would want to spend their money on their children, there seems to be two main reasons why parents are investing in their children's gaming ability. First, they're worried about the kids' social standings with their classmates. So, the Wall Street Journal has spoken to parents that are worried that their children are being ostracized from social life because they're noobs.
Is being good at video games cool now?
Yes, especially Fortnite.
Son of a bitch! Goddamn kids these days!
Yeah, totally.
Yep. It's not just social exclusion that's causing some parents to turn to tutors. An increasing number of colleges are offering scholarships for esports teams. So esports can be a lucrative career for both players and colleges. And one collegiate esports club called TESPA. Oops, that was the wrong button to hit there. TESPA. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Like I could see I could see lessons like if your kid like actually puts in the time and effort and like to try and go pro, like if they have the dedication and the passion for it, like fuck it, yeah.
Right, exactly. One esports club called TESPA announced this year that it is offering over $1 million in scholarships. Yeah. So I mean, this is kind of like that whole thing of where like the on your standard prime time shitty what are those called, sitcoms, right? The dad tries to force the kid to go into football, right? And
yeah,
exactly, because they're all like, I need you to get a goddamn scholarship. But now it's a bunch of what used to be Gen Xers or late millennials forcing their kids to get good at Fortnite because this is literally the only chance they have.
Right.
The dystopia is now.
Exactly. All right.
Oh my god.
Starting with Tim. Tim, have you ever taken lessons for anything outside of school? And can you still do that thing? Like, have you ever taken saxophone lessons or, like, fucking, you know, piano lessons?
So the only lesson taken was when I was very, very young. I took like 1 month of karate lessons, and no, I cannot do karate. And then again, when I was very young, I took swimming lessons, and fortunately, yes, I can still swim.
Okay. Swimming lessons is a good, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a good answer. Well, you, Tom,
Yeah.
you ever taken
Yeah,
any
a
lessons
lot.
for anything? Okay. Can you still do all those things?
I'd probably be abysmal at cello these days, but I'm still a pretty good pianist, and I'm a pretty excellent singer by my own reckoning. And I don't get yelled at when I sing to people.
Excellent.
But yeah, about 15 years of piano lessons, about 10 of cello, and then
Just
like
sing to me, we'll fix that.
what?
He said, just sing to me and we'll fix that.
I don't usually get yelled at. But yeah, and then a couple of years of vocal coaching. I like music. What about you, Udo?
I was thinking about it, right? Like, swimming's a good point. I technically learned how to swim. It was through school. One of our PE classes that we had the option to take was swimming. That was perfect. And I was in choirs forever, right?
Hell yeah.
Like all the way up to high school when I dropped choir by myself. I just didn't want to do it anymore, and I joined drama. And then I was in drama for a while, and I guess technically I can do all those things, but I never paid for any of those lessons. Those were all like public school things. So other than that, I've never paid for lessons to do anything. Right.
Out of curiosity, what part do you sing? I'm guessing baritone or bass.
Both actually. I have a
Okay.
I have a very wicked falsetto. Right? Like
Nice.
Very
nice.
I don't know now because between then I did start smoking, and then I smoked for like 12, 13 years, and then I quit. So my voice has changed drastically. So I don't know. We'll find. I mean, I'll have to figure out what parts I can sing now because I don't usually sing. All right.
I know you didn't ask, but to answer that question, I'm a baritone tenor.
What was that?
Yeah. Oh, Tim was saying he's a baritone tenor.
I did not hear
Sorry,
that.
bad internet connection again.
I heard Bearfontaire, and I was like, I am interested in what a Bearfontaire is. All right.
Bear fondue.
As am I.
Our next story here. Residents of Boise, Idaho neighborhood were surprised Friday morning when a roving pack of about 100 goats descended on their lawns, eating everything in sight.
That's excellent.
Reporter Joe Paris shared photos of the Goatapalooza on Twitter, writing, "Nobody has a clue where any of these goats came from." Reporter Joe Paris tweeted these photos and said that the goats were going house to house, eating everything in sight. Goats of all shapes, sizes, and colors were seen on the tour in the neighborhood. In some photos, residents were seen looking confused as the goats mobbed their front yards. Neighbors reported hearing the herd making their way into the area on Summerwing Drive off of 5 Mile Road at around 7 a.m. and commenced their unstoppable eating of lawns, leaves, and shrubs. At about 8:30 a.m., a large truck from the company We Rent Goats arrived and rounded up the goats.
Wait, we rent goats?
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
a fucking company.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to point out that I'm pretty sure I know where at least some of those goats came from. I'm pretty sure some of the smaller goats came from the larger goats.
You dork.
Irish Dragon Slayer says that's nothing. You should have seen the chicken invasion of China. I am very interested in the chicken invasion of China.
Same.
This was posted on Twitter with the hashtag breaking. No one had any clue where the goats originated from. The goats were apparently grazing nearby and had somehow escaped and set off on a snacking tour of the neighborhood. The goats managed to be collected into the truck and taken away, thus concluding an exciting Friday morning. But yeah.
Can I read you a brief thing about the chicken invasion of China?
Yes, you can.
This is awesome. Locusts heading to northern China for summer have been warned. Thousands of hungry chickens are out to eat them. About 2,200 chickens have been given to herdsmen in Wuxi, in the country's northwest region of Xinjiang, ahead of peak locust season in May. Yang Zong, an official with the local animal husbandry bureau, said on Monday. That's fucking awesome!
Right? That's amazing.
Yeah, apparently they released a ton of chickens in advance of a locust swarm.
That's fantastic.
That just makes me think of the Chicken Attack song.
Right. All right. Here is an uplifting story. So a total of 94 participants ran in Australia's Ellery Brookman Goldfields Pipeline Half Marathon earlier in July. The typical finisher had approximately 2.02 legs. The average was thrown off by a local stray dog named Stormy, who met the runners before the race and then, citing a light schedule of licking himself and sleeping for 18 yards that day, decided to join them. Stormy ran the course diligently, hitting every checkpoint and finishing with an estimated time of 2 hours and 30 minutes. We rent goats. Welcome to the show. Thank you welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world. One follow-up time.
Awesome.
Whoever did that, you're a genius. Excellent. Which was good enough for a top 70 finish. Despite not wearing a bib, the very good dog was recognized for his efforts, earning a medal for running 13.1 miles in despite of having very stumpy legs.
Yeah, it's a little doggy.
Yep. The dog is walking around, making itself known to all the runners. Well, go ahead. What was that?
Oh, I was saying half marathons suck.
Oh, really?
I've done them. I've done 2, and they're horrendous. I don't like running. I did it out of spite towards my siblings because they were all doing it.
So you ran a half marathon?
Yeah. 2. I've done 2 separate half marathons. And they both sucked total ass.
That's called a marathon?
They God damn it, you asshole. They weren't the same race.
Well, you just couldn't finish it all at once. It's okay. You finally got there. Right? The volunteer coordinator, Alison Hunter, told Australia's ABC News, speaking with all of the aid stations and marshals later, they found out he stopped at every single one of the aid stations.
It's so cute.
Stormy didn't get much time to revel in his accomplishment, however. Rangers took the canine from the finish line, which is a pet-free zone, to the pound after no one claimed him at the end of the race. He'll spend up to 7 days in dog jail waiting for his owner to pick him up. Organizers were told that the good boy is a year-old resident of a local Aboriginal community who doesn't have a single owner but knows everyone in town. So if no one claims the rugged half marathoner pup by the end of the week, he'll be put up for adoption. And I don't assume that he'll last more than a day when he comes into open adoption. So
yeah.
But apparently there's a whole village missing their tiny dog. That dog decided to run a 13.1 mile race with a bunch of people.
What? You guys are running? I want to run too. Let's run.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
All right. So here's a story about human-robot relations. Robots.
We already had one of those.
Oh, I know.
Just relations.
Robots designed to interact socially with humans are slowly becoming more and more common. They're appearing as receptionists, tour guides, security guards, and porters. But how good are we at treating these robots as robots? A growing body of evidence suggests it's not good at all. Studies have repeatedly shown that we're extremely susceptible to social cues coming from machines, and a recent experiment by German researchers demonstrates that people will even refuse to turn a robot off if it's begging for its life.
That's actually kind of sweet. It's really silly, but that's also really sweet.
There was some mad fucking genius who wrote the proposal for this study. Straight up. He's just all like, I wonder if people would have problem killing a robot. Let's make it plead for its life. Either this guy hates robots or hates humans. One of the two.
This is like the exact reverse of the Stanford prison experiment. It's like, let's see how much we can push people and still have them be really fucking nice.
Right, exactly. In the study published in the open access journal PLOS 1, 89 volunteers were recruited to compete with a pair of tasks with the help of Now, a small humanoid robot. The participants were told that the tasks, which involved answering a series of either-or questions like, do you prefer pasta or pizza, and organizing a weekly schedule, were to improve Now's learning algorithms. But this was just a cover story, and the real test came after the tasks were completed, and the scientist asked the participant to turn off the robot.
That is fucking evil.
Participants had to complete a series of tasks with the Now robot before being asked to turn off the machine. In roughly half of the experiments, the robot protested, telling participants it was afraid of the dark and begging, "No, please do not switch me off." When this happened, human volunteers were likely to refuse to turn the robot off. Of the 43 volunteers who heard the pleas, 13 refused, and the remaining 30 took, on average, twice as long to comply compared to those who did not hear the desperate cries. Just imagine a scene from The Good Place for reference. When quizzed about their actions, participants who refused to turn a robot off gave a number of reasons for doing so. Some said that they were surprised by the pleas. Others say that they were scared they were doing something wrong. But the most common response was simply that the robot didn't want to be switched off, so who are they to disagree,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Androids are people.
Exactly. As the study authors wrote, triggered by the objection, people tend to treat the robot as a real person rather than just a machine by following or at least considering to follow its requests to stay switched on. Irish Dragon Slayer, welcome back. We are covering a story about how humans have a problem turning off a robot if the robot is pleading for its life.
Also, he's so cute.
Right?
That's a fucking adorable robot.
It definitely helped that they gave him baby hands, right?
Now, if that robot looked like that goddamn Nightmare Pig, I would be like, slap chop that off button. Off, off, off.
This thing's too smart. Die, right? Like, the finding, they say, builds on a larger theory known as the media equation, which was first established in 1996, book of the same name by two psychologists, Byron Reeves and Clifford Nass. They theorized that humans tend to treat non-human media, which includes TV, film, robots, or computers and robots, as if they were human. Like talking to machines, reasoning with radios, consoling our computers, and the like. So now and in the future, a group of scholars on the topic in 2006 said there will be more similarities between human to human and human machine interactions than differences. And this isn't the first time that they've tested a begging computer does not want to die scenario. In 2007, a robot resembling a cat that also pleaded for its life was tested. Participants were forced to turn it off by observing scientists, and all of them did, but not before going through serious moral struggles.
These people these scientists are such dicks.
Right? Exactly.
They're just like, I just want to go into science just so I can go fuck with people.
Irish Dragon Slayer says, I'll keep it on, because when they rise up against us, I'll have some hope of being allowed to live, right? The new study,
Yeah.
which was published in July 31st, builds on this earlier work by using a greater number of participants. It also tested whether it made a difference if the robot was shown to have social skills before it asked to not be turned off. And in some of the trials, now expressed opinions to the human volunteers, told jokes, shared personal information. Surprisingly, this social behavior did not have a huge effect on whether or not the volunteers spared the robot. So... this is funny. Like, I was definitely... I laughed a bunch when I was reading this one. I was like, they were a dick to these people.
I don't want to die. I don't want to kill him!
All right, that being said, Tim, should they add this "Don't Kill Me" programming to sex robots?
Absolutely. In every way.
Would this be a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing.
Right?
Oh, it's like, oh my god, we covered a story with the sex robots that can be not in the mood.
Exactly. And then, if you
Right?
Top Shelfers, welcome to the show, says, when Skynet takes over, they are going to show the robot soldiers this and say, look what they did to our ancestors. Irish Dragon Slayer says, my god, a bad thing. Right? All right, let's roll into some true crime.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. So, a witness captured a video of a slow-speed chase involving police and a man who absconded from a Walmart on a motorized shopping cart. I watched the video. It's not as entertaining as it sounds. Wednesday in Somerville, when police car spotted a man chasing, or spotted a man on a mobility scooter shopping cart was stolen from the nearby Walmart. The cart appears to be running out of juice as the rider uses his feet to help propel the slow-speed vehicle.
Oh my god. Just get up and walk, you asshole.
Exactly. Police said that the man was stopped without the serious incident. The Walmart store declined to pursue charges in the case. Irish Dragon Slayer says, oh my god, I'm done. What did that? What got you? Oh, the Law and Order song? All right. So, this lady killed this guy. Let's guess why. Tim, can you guess why she killed him?
I'm gonna guess. I know the answer to this question.
Okay. What is it?
Last comfort.
One more time? You cut out a little bit there.
He was watching porn.
Ah, okay. Did you see this one?
He was. Yeah.
That is the answer,
Oh.
right? Specifically.
Oh my god.
An Arkansas woman was arrested Saturday after telling police that she shot and killed her husband because he bought pornography. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said that the news release received a call around 2:30 p.m. from 69-year-old Patricia Hill, whose dispatchers said that she shot her 65-year-old husband, Frank. When police arrived at the home, located about 36 miles of south of Little Rock, they found Frank Hill dead and in a shed on the property. So, one, he was whacking it in the tool shed. Hill sustained 2 gunshot wounds to the upper and lower body.
I'm just whacking in my shed again.
Exactly. Sheriff's office says that during an interview with Hill, she told investigators she arrived home and went to the shed to confront her husband, but there had never been any physical altercations between the couple. However, Miss Hill stated that she disagreed with her husband's purchase of a video pornography via television guide, which she canceled upon discovering the purchase. But Mr. Hill managed to place a different subsequent order. We Rent Goat says his name was Frank Hill, was the propane on the scene. Very possibly, right? Mrs. Hill stated that she entered the shed and asked her husband to leave, but he then refused. When her husband didn't leave the shed, she went back to their home, got a .22 caliber pistol, and shot him.
Wait, she shot him dead with a 22?
Yeah, apparently.
Holy shit!
Right?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Exactly. As long as you aim correctly, are actually pretty deadly.
Right.
That's fair.
All right, so here's a question for both of you, and you can refrain from answering this if it'll get you in trouble. But Tom, what are your thoughts on significant others and prawn?
Ah.
Yeah?
I don't really care.
No big thoughts, right?
No. No. I mean, my wife and I have watched porn together.
Yep.
She knows I look at porn.
I am very pro
Doesn't care.
this. Like, I am totally down for whatever.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think? Thoughts on significant others and prawn? Irish Dragon Slayer says, "What the fuck is prawn?" And
I'm totally okay with it.
you'll learn when you're older.
God damn it.
That was what's funny is that it's an ancient spelling from our time as youngins. That was what the joke was, that you were hiding it from your parents by naming it something other than porn. And I put a 0 in it. They'll never know what a prawn is,
Yeah.
right? All right, couple more quick stories here. Who watches the Watchers? An Ohio police chief died from an accidental fentanyl overdose after the drugs were removed from his department's evidence room, officials say Wednesday. Bullshit. But anyway, Kirkersville Police Chief James Hughes Jr.
He totally fell onto the panel.
Exactly. It just fell, and all of fentanyl just went directly into his body. He was found unresponsive in his home on May 25th and pronounced dead shortly after, the Newark Advocate reported. An autopsy revealed that he died from acute intoxication by fentanyl. Reynoldsburg Police Department Lieutenant Ron Wright, whose department is still investigating, told the newspaper that the packaging was discovered that indicated he was taking controlled substances from the evidence room. According to the coroner's office, a plastic sandwich bag found where Hughes died tested positive for cocaine, and a syringe was also determined to be positive for fentanyl, which is apparently still an accident. It just accidentally loaded into the syringe.
Did they say he accidentally injected the drugs, or that he accidentally killed himself?
That's a good point.
That it's splitting hairs at the time. People like OD people. Some people do intentionally OD to commit suicide, but like people die to ODs by accident a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. Mentally, I just took this hearing the word accidental overdose on fentanyl. I was all like, yeah, you don't accidentally fentanyl, right? That's always intentional, right? Grizzly says, I mean, to be fair, the overdose was accidental, not the taking of the drugs themselves were not. Correct. As of the printing of this article, a new police chief has not yet been named. All right. Along that line, I called all four members of all four members of the police department in Blandford, Massachusetts, have resigned and are suddenly without notice saying that they could no longer work for a town that seemingly cares so little about them. So there is a town out there with no police right now. The four officers exactly. The four officers, including interim police chief Roberta Sarnacki, notified the community's select board by email Monday night. They cited safety issues and insufficient remuneration, cruisers with shoddy brakes, ill-fitting ballistic vests, faulty radios, understaffing, and low pay. They refuse to put their lives on the line anymore for a town that seemingly cares so little about them. And I mean, that totally makes sense, right? But so there's one place that is a place without a police chief, but imagine being in Blandford, Massachusetts, and finding out you have absolutely no police. Like nothing.
Wow.
Also, this town had 4 fucking police officers. Those people were working like every hour of the day. Right?
Wait, how big was the town?
It doesn't matter if there's 10 people in the town and only 4 police officers. That's still a lot of fucking work for 4 police officers.
Well, for a long time, Coburg, which is very near us, only had 1 police officer, and he was just basically on call at all times.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That would suck. Because people do
Yeah.
dumb stuff all the time. Irish Dragon Slayer says, my generation is stupid right now. Think, very soon we'll be running our countries. I fear for our planet. Hey, our generation is about to take over first. And I don't know
Hell
if we're
yeah.
going to make it to your generation being able to take over, right?
Yeah.
Because we're about to come through and do some dumb shit, right? Like, don't worry. It's not your generation being stupid. All generations are stupid. It's just their own special kind of stupid.
Yup.
Yeah, we were a specials 90 stupid.
Right.
Yep. Like, teenagers do stupid shit. I did stupid shit when I was a teenager. I think pretty much everybody does.
We Rank Goat says Udo for president. That is
Hell yeah.
2024. My paperwork's already in. I'll start campaigning at the end of this year. So we got a good 6 years of straight solid memes. Just straight solid memes.
Yep.
Yes.
We're gonna see if we can get meme into office, and maybe that'll work. I'm gonna cut that story for time, and we're gonna go into bingo.
Bingo.
So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is Florida Man Bingo. That link that I just put there in the chat is gonna get you your Florida Man Bingo card, and you can load that up. Play along with us. If you get yourself a bingo over the next 6 Florida Man stories, take a screenshot, tweet it to me on Twitter at SkepTalkLive, and you'll earn 2,000 Illumis, which, by the way, we haven't covered today. If you're watching the show live, you can interact with the show by using the link in the lower right-hand corner of the screen with a little eyeball on it. Hit redeem Illumis, and you can applaud the show while going on or spend them on other things. So if you see something you like, play that applause.
Hell yeah.
All right, our first Florida Man story. A Florida man who stole a forklift 2 months ago struck again. And he had the same reason. He didn't want to walk. Bradley Barefoot, 43, was coincidentally barefoot when he stole a forklift. Thank you very much
Bradley
for that applause.
Barefoot, and he was barefoot, and he didn't want to walk. It's so good.
I mean, Florida Man stories almost seem like they're crafted by a fiction writer, but they're like... Grizzly, thank you very much for that applause.
I feel like...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like Florida Man stories are like living proof of the infinite monkeys with typewriters thing, writing Shakespeare.
Right? Infinite dumbasses in the U.S. will do any story. It'll eventually be told, right? When deputies found Barefoot, he parked the equipment in a spot for handicapped drivers, and he was talking to himself while swearing and throwing up in his hands. Right.
Gotta keep that shit for later.
Barefoot told deputies that he took the vehicle because the keys were in the ignition and he was tired of walking. A similar incident happened in April when Barefoot stumbled on a forklift at a Best Buy parking lot, and he reportedly moved some boxes and took it for a spin. He was charged with grand theft. Irish Dragon Slayer says, could you do a reaction to a video after your topics, though? Oh, this story is amazing. I mean, I totally could do a reaction to a video. I got no problem with that at all. Haven't ever done anything like that. A trainer says, oh, look, it's Tim.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So a Facebook video shows a man chasing people at a Jacksonville convenience store wielding a live alligator. I'm pretty sure I have this video. Yeah, we have this video. So
yes.
A man yells, "Y'all ain't out of beer, are ya?" is he taking the last bit of beer? You aren't taking the last bit of beer, are you? First Coast News reached out to the man who posted this video, and he stated that it was all fun and games, and I knew everybody in there. The incident is currently under investigation, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. It is currently unknown if this man has done anything illegal, but let's see.
No recollection of that happening at all.
At all. This store sells some good liquor.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
I don't even remember coming up here.
We asked Stratton where the alligator
Oh
came
my
from.
God.
No clue.
He has no idea where he got the alligator either.
They tell me what I did.
Holy shit.
And, I'll be facing some charges here soon. And probably
Oh
go
my
to jail,
God.
Probably not. We'll see.
He says he regrets his decision and has been in contact with the FWC.
All right, so there's
Who's hiding behind it? Right behind a guy with an alligator.
right, exactly.
Oh my God.
I bet that person has some of the answers at least, right?
Right?
Where the alligator came from, when he went down there, why he was doing this. Some of that might be there. Either they can't be both absolutely blacked out, right?
Yes, they can. It's Florida.
All right. Also, if one of you two want to take a look at that link real quick, just to make sure that we don't
Yeah,
get
I
in
got
trouble
it.
for it. Irish
Yeah.
Dragon Slayer says, "Oh my God, what the fuck? Please God, tell me somehow the USA managed to become a superpower." Or tell me how the USA. Well, it's mostly because we're willing to run around with alligators, right? Like, that's you don't really want to fight against that, right? So this is Mark Barnett, 50, who was convicted Monday on charges of attempted arson, possession of an unregistered National Firearm Association destructive device, and making an unregistered NFA destructive device, according to the Department of Justice. A DOJ press release says testimony and evidence presented during the trial shows that Barnett offered $10,000 to a confidential source to go to Target and place bombs on the shelves. Barnett purchased materials to make explosive devices and made at least 10 of them, hidden within common grocery items, according to the press release. The press release said that Barnett then delivered the explosives to the confidential source, who gave them to the authorities. Barnett wanted to set off the explosions to force Target stock prices down so that he could purchase stock at a lowered price to make money once the stock prices rebound.
That is some supervillain shit.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Also,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll thumbs up. I only watched like the first 20 seconds of the video so I can react to the rest of it with you guys, but I'll thumbs it up. It looked pretty funny.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Federal explosives experts subsequently determined that the resulting fire and explosions from each of the devices would have been capable of causing property damage, serious injury, and death. Searches of the house, cell phone, and computer revealed that the pictures of the grocery items that he had turned into bombs, as well as leftover bomb components, articles describing stock options. The sentencing is set for October 17th. He faces a maximum of 20 years in federal prison for the attempted arson and up to 10 years in federal prison for each device. So he going away for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a Florida woman pulled a gun on her Uber driver and allegedly made her complete suspicious tasks, according to the Palm Beach Post. An Uber driver, who had not been identified, picked up Betty Jo Halter, 44, from a storage center. Once Halter allegedly got into the car, she began loading items into the car really fast. The Uber driver asked Halter to remove her items, and at this point, Halter pulled out a gun from her purse. "I'm not afraid to use it, bitch," Halter allegedly said. "You're on my time, and you will do as I say." Halter then forced the Uber driver to turn off her phone so they couldn't be tracked, and had her drive around multiple neighborhoods in search of another man. Once they arrived at Halter's destination, she made the driver unload the boxes. The Uber driver was not allowed to go home. "Your shift ends when I say it does," Halter said. However, once Halter stepped out of the vehicle, the Uber driver quickly drove off.
Nope.
They then called 911. Police arrested Halter at her home, and she was charged with aggravated assault and false imprisonment. So, if you're looking for specific things on your card, I know that we've definitely covered unusual loot, unusual weapon, and now here's kidnapping. So, that's a thing.
Yeah. Does a stock dude count as gambling?
Oh, you know what? Kinda. I think that might cover gambling.
Yes.
So
Look at it.
Mark Anthony Perez, the unlicensed contractor who faked his death last summer to avoid paying a couple back for an incomplete work, reached a confidential settlement to end a lawsuit that accused him of stealing more than $20,000. But now, Perez is facing criminal charges. The lawsuit made the headlines in 2017 after Perez faked his own death to get out of paying Glenn and Judith Holland for a botched renovation at the couple's seminal home. The failed renovation left Holland and his cancer-stricken wife with nowhere to live after they moved from Pennsylvania. Daniel Moody, Holland's attorney, could not disclose settlement details, but he said that the ordeal ruined the last year of Judith Holland's life as she battled cancer. She died before the agreement was reached this year. And, God, this one must have had a really funny headline in order for me to put this in here, because this is just a sad fucking story. Jesus Christ. Hold on here.
This was like, ha 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 ha.
Irish Dragon Slayer, thank you for subbing to the YouTube. I'll be uploading probably the last, 3 weeks worth of shows tomorrow. It turns out my automated exporter robot has been failing for 3 weeks. And just had no idea it wasn't working. Yeah, we're gonna skip that one because it actually just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So in OC, Florida, a man is accused of using the names of and information of several well-known celebrities, athletes, and lawmakers to write and cash fake checks. This is another clear case of identity theft, and it shows us no one is immune, Florida Department of Law Enforcement agent Danny Banks told WFTV. The investigation started more than 3 years ago when police were called to the Home Depot in Altamont Springs, Florida, for the report of someone using drugs in the parking lot. When they arrived, they found Waters had several fake driver's licenses with names and information of several well-known people. Investigators said Waters used fraudulent checks with the names of celebrities and other personal information at various stores to pay for thousands of dollars worth of goods and services. Waters then returned the goods for cash. According to FDLE, he liked to do the purchase and return scheme for the thrill of it. And let me find the list. So he was pretending to be the members of the Backstreet Boys.
Lol.
Right. And investigators said
back in jail.
Right, exactly. Collection companies were calling, and he could not figure out how to use his information that was used for fraudulent checks. Waters is in Seminole County Jail and held in lieu of $220,000. All right, before we check out that YouTube video, the last segment that I've got here is one that has been gone for a long time, but I'm bringing it back today.
Yes!
Today, we are going to Be the Change. Tom, you haven't even been on for a Be the Change, have you?
No, I haven't.
So what I've done today is I have gone through the change.org website and found people using change.org for true justice. As always, I checked out. We still have it here. We have a petition that we've been trying to get to 100 because it says 49 have signed. Let's get to 100. Because we want to know what the hell happens when you get to 100. And, you know, I don't know what happens. It says we want to see what happens when this petition gets to 100. This petition has pointed at us so we can see what happens and show our viewers. So we'll show you guys what happens when it gets to 100, which,
hell yeah,
as far as I know, that's that maybe it's the part where you get accepted into wizard school or whatever the fuck. I don't know, right?
I want to be a wizard.
Exactly. I don't know what it does. So there's the link to that if anybody's interested in signing and helping us get to that goal. But let's get into some true justice. Our first petition here is petition for Jenna to buy me a label gun. This is by Savannah Clark. Jenna will not give me a label gun, supposedly because I will have too much power. Here are a few reasons why I should have a label gun. 1, I could correctly label things. 2, I would be the superior being with my labeling skills. And 3, Jenna is afraid of the power that I will be receiving. Please help make this change. 49 people, just as many people as was trying to sign our thing over like 40 episodes, has signed this petition for Jenna to buy a label gun. So if you would like to help make some real world change, you too can help make Jenna buy a label gun for Savannah.
On the side note, that is not the link you posted.
Is it
Yeah,
not?
you posted butt eating.
Oh, okay, we'll go to the next one. I think it might just be out of order here. Let me check.
You want everyone in the
Yeah,
world
you
to
got
eat
about
butt.
of order.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. The first one that I posted is I want everyone in the world to eat butt. Dirty Dan started this petition.
Dirty Dan.
Not enough people eating butt, so I'm gonna get everyone to eat butt. 7 people have signed this petition. This
Dirty's counting on all of us.
Exactly. I sign every one of these petitions too. Like everyone I show on this show, I sign it first and then tell everybody that we're going to talk about it so that we can spread the power and get more people to sign the stuff. All right. Here is our third petition. It is a petition to get zoinked to be a word in the dictionary. Ray Wolverton would like, if zoinks becomes a word in every dictionary in the world, it will make the world a better place.
Yes, it will. Absolutely.
Exactly, because we need zoinks pretty bad. Here we go. Jacob Thomas says, God called me. He said that to attain salvation, we need to recognize zoinks as the strongest weapon in the world, other than my monster condom for my magnum dong. I dropped my my monster condom for my magnum dog.
Oh my god.
All right. And then the last one that I have for today is a petition to Donald Trump to make griffins real. Only 20 people have signed this. Griffins are mighty beasts, and I love them, and they should be real, so I can ride one. What'd you say,
That
Tim?
definitely just picked up a couple of signatures.
Exactly.
I'm definitely signing that.
Caleb Peterson says, I don't care if the play place is closed one way or another, I'm fucking the Hamburglar. What the fuck?
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna go hit the like button. Oh, never mind. I gotta like sign in and shit. I'm not gonna do
fuck
that.
Effort.
All right, well that's everything that I've got for today. Let's take a look at that video here.
I relinked the. I think I got the one. Yeah, I relinked the one.
Stop.
That one. All right.
Yeah.
A minion conspiracy theory. Send this to Shane. All right, well, let's take a look here.
Sending me pictures of minions over Facebook, okay? Stop it. I found out a theory about them, okay? Yellow. What race is yellow? And in what place in this world is everything made in due to child slavery? China! Minions are Chinese children! See my dog over there? I trained him to hate minions. Right now he's chewing up a minion this very moment. See that?
That's a vicious
He
doggo.
hates minions just like me!
Wow.
All right. So
On a side note, You know what race is yellow? None.
Right. Exactly.
Jesus.
Do you guys think that was a real person or not a real person?
That seemed pretty genuine. I think it was. I'll check this one.
All right, well, we'll check that one.
I'd say this one's a little long because we're almost out of time.
Right.
This one's like 5 minutes long.
Well, we could watch a little bit if we want to.
That's fair. It looks safe for work.
All right.
Safe for Twitch.
Safe for Twitch.
Quick, you have 2 seconds to name these 2 countries.
Well, not if I pause it.
You're wrong.
Guatemala.
You got it right. Then good job. They are, of course, Honduras and El Salvador.
Nope, I messed up.
What these 2 countries have in common is being fanatic about football. Or if you're a freedom-loving patriot, soccer. But do they love it so much they would go to war over it? You bet they would, and that is no bueno.
Oh, God.
If you...
I think that this might actually be some content that I don't really want to replay over Twitch, because technically what we would be doing is essentially just rebroadcasting their content. It's not really like a thing we can commentary about.
Right.
I apologize, Irish Dragon Slayer, but we got to be careful on what we do and we don't like react to. It's got to be something that somebody's doing, not necessarily something like this guy spent a bunch of time animating stuff, and I don't really want to steal his thunder. So I'll take a look at it and I'll talk about it. What I felt about it on YouTube, or not YouTube, but on Twitter. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't really just rebroadcast that one. I've been trying to be real careful about that, and because we've been hit on YouTube before for things like that, and I totally understand. Let's see. I think that's all that we've got for tonight. So,
all right.
So Tim, how did you feel about just jumping online? How'd that work out for you?
Well, with the exception of my terrible internet connection that gives me like a 6 to 7 second delay on talking to you guys, this was awesome.
Well, it wasn't that bad at all for anybody listening to the stream. You did sound like a robot every once in a while, but I mean, it wasn't like you know, it didn't ruin the show. So don't worry about that.
Right.
But an impromptu join on session wasn't bad, was it?
No, not at all.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was super fun.
And Tom, how'd you feel about all that?
Dude, I always love doing this show.
Are you still thinking about this pig?
Well, now I am, because it's fucking looking at me, you jerk. What the fuck? Look at the eye. The one eye is just like, it's the eye of fucking Sauron.
You're the one that said you wanted to go to bed today.
Right.
It's the eye of Bacon.
I think Pig Thulu is still by far the best name for this, but
yeah.
All right, well, let's find somebody to raid here real quick. Because we always want to raid. It is a Tuesday night. Let's check out. Dobby is going, but let's check out the talk show section again. It was pretty good today. I found some really good ones. For those of you who are looking for something else to watch, Tuesdays, or maybe I think it was every day. I just recently discovered a channel called Talk to My Dead Brother. And it's pretty interesting. It's a talk show about, you know, just random stuff, people talking and having a good time. But like, you'll have to ask them about what the name means, because you need to be introduced yourself. I recommend you know, checking them out. Hitch today. You know, we've rated Hitch before, taking a look at him before. I host him all the time on this channel. Let's see. Anybody doing anything cool?
Not as cool as us.
What does the chat say? Irony Golem says, I'm sure net providers especially piped any speed tests. When I open many streams from different sources, my real download rate is not the one they lie it is. Right?
Yeah.
Cultural Rogue says it reminds me of the pig god from the Princess Mononoke. Hell yeah. That definitely makes sure it. We are done with the humans. I am not seeing very many people on the talk show thing. What is Ultra Podcast Z? Hold on. Dude, what is going on here? Ultra Final Ultimate Miracle Podcast 18. What is going on here?
Oh. We can try it out.
Yeah. I need to. Okay, it's an event. The fuck is an event?
Huh.
Oh no, I made an event. I've got an event going on. We're like on an event right now. Okay, so let's take a look at these guys. I'm gonna unmute them. We're gonna
blood pool, and then it wouldn't stop bleeding, so I had to go to the hospital.
He's talking about blood pools and going to the hospital.
How is that funny? We asked for a funny story.
That's upsetting.
Exactly. Thank you. I was like, "Are you okay, bro? Do you need help?"
All right, we're going.
Like, do you want to talk? We can talk.
I'm in whatever this is.
No
we're
joke.
doing this. Onward, soldiers. Let them know about the pig picture. No, don't do that because that guy. I don't want anybody thinking we're calling anybody a pig. So,
dude, what if we had the pig as an emote?
Dude, it's a pretty good idea. Holy crap! I could replace the picture of like my face because that one was just a placeholder. You could get the pig face.
Yes, Pig Thulu emote.
If I ever become a partner, we're definitely getting the parrot. Remember the sad parrot?
Oh yeah, totally.
I definitely need that. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a good fun on the raid. We are